Good morning, everyone. I'm Olivier Katz. I'm working at the COMEA, the Space Weather Operational Center of the Alps based in Grenoble. And today I will make you a forecast. A lot of things interesting those last days. So we will try to go quickly on everything. So here you can see a nice filament. But first, let's dive into the sun and start with the sunspot configuration. So on November 17, 3489 rise from the east limb and was first stamped beta before being recalibrated as a beta delta configuration. It's a good candidate for a more active flaring activity with a 5% chance of X-class flare and 25% chance of M-class flare. More of that we saw tonight from SDO data that there were some eruption, but further analysis needs to be done to be confirmed. Then on November 19, a very large and impressive group appeared. Within the system, 3492 is quoted as beta gamma. The magnetogram shows a very complex area and make it a very interesting as regard of the potential eruption. So we can see it appear on the east of the sun, this one. Here we see it again. And we have a nice picture taken near from Toulouse last week, made by Philippe Tosi, where you can see all the sunspots. Looking at the coronal hole, the negative one increased the solar wind condition the last 2 days with the arrival of the high-speed stream, and another coronal hole on the left, on the east, will cross today the central meridian and should impact Earth during the weekend. Finally, a beautiful filament appeared, was ejected yesterday morning at 7 UT, creating a CME with a solar wind velocity of about 650 kilometers per second, but with no Earth component for now, so we can just appreciate it. Speaking of CME, let's hide the sun and look at it. So no Earth-directed CME from now, but we can see that the sun is pretty active. Some CME are far side. That's it. And let's forecast the activity for the next day. So we can see that Mars and Mercury will have an high-speed stream reaching. So MAVEN and Mars Express should see an increase of its atmospheric condition. But on the Earth, on Saturday, the small coronal hole we talked about will reach Earth, and it will following a co-rotating interaction region. So it should create active condition on Earth for the weekend, as you can see right here. Finally, if we look at the next sunspots, so looking at the data from the November 11 and the solar orbiter data from yesterday, we can see that 3477 will appear. This night, it made a lot of eruption, so further analysis will be necessary, but it should be an interesting week because of this active region. Then it will be followed by 3480 and 3483. 3483 was on a beta gamma configuration, and the two others started to be more complex before crossing the west limb. So we will see when they will appear, but we think that we could have an interesting activity for the next 2 weeks with an increasing of the flaring activity too. And finally, to finish, let's see another beautiful image of the sun. Let's enjoy it. And we want to thank a lot of people that help us to make those forecasts, and I hope you enjoy it.